Oh dear, did it get upset again? No, maybe? Okay, there we go. Then I saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne a scroll with writing on both sides, and sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a mighty angel proclaiming in a loud voice, Who is worthy to break the seals and open the scroll? No one in heaven or on earth or under the earth could open the scroll or even look inside. Book of Revelation. Okay, like I said, no idea what's going on here. This is what we're doing. Okay. Why is there... Okay, I see. I'll set that to autoplay for right now. The sounds look like they're pretty alright, I think. We've got multiple different languages too, and there is voices. Okay. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, I don't see it. Okay. That looks good enough. Okay, choose a difficulty. Difficulty can be changed at any moment. We've got Apprentice for anyone who wishes to experience the story without much difficulty in battles. Enemies do half damage and have half health. Okay. Battle skip is possible. We've got Zanaka, a normal difficulty, balanced for first playthrough. Koldunya, increased difficulty, enemies have a bit more damage and health. And rubles in battle are increased. That's money, isn't it? I do believe this game is somewhat based off Russia somehow. I think that's money. Rubles are increased by 10%. And then Nightmare Mode. Evil Spears roam unchecked. Enemies do 66% more damage, have 25% more health. Whole bunch. All spirits play Dirac more skillfully. Okay. I'm gonna go with Zanatka for right now. I may switch to Apprentice eventually just because I'm a turtle like that, but for right now
Once
we'll
upon a
have hope
time,
that we're not
evil
useless.
spirits dwelled here in these lands, and in a sense, they still do. I will tell you a story. It happened long ago, even before the revolution. It happened here, not far from Cherdin. I heard my grandmother tell it. A man was fostering an orphan girl. He was a Noah. Everyone called him Old Yegur. She didn't want to become a witch, but he taught her his craft. She was to be married to a special young man. I can't recall what exactly happened, but this young man took his own life. He was later buried beyond the gates of the churchyard, which meant that he would pass straight to hell. As for the orphan, Vasilisa, she refused to accept it. She was intent on bringing back his soul from the inferno. To do this, she would need to break the 7 seals of the Black Book, which Old Igor kept, and retrieve him. And it was for that reason that Vasilisa agreed to become a witch. But to become one, she needed to be initiated in a banya or at a crossroads. And so, Vasilisa set out for the crossroads.
Is it just me or is he reading that rather quickly? I may slow down the thingy somehow. Yeah, this is definitely Russia though. I mean Vasilisa. Yeah. Okay, so we're trying to bring our boyfriend back to life. I gotcha. Wonder how he died. Kind of feels weird that they glossed over that, but okay.
I slept poorly last night. Been waiting, hoping for you to return. sat at the table. Where are you now, sweetheart? Where are you headed? From relatives and from the warm summer you departed. There's no entrance or exit for you, it seems. Cold Mother Earth. There isn't even a churchyard fence to hold on to. Enough. I don't believe you would do this to yourself. It'll all be well. All will be well. I'll accept this knowledge from Grandpa, though I know what you thought of that. But there's no other choice. I'll drag you from that road myself. Sleep for now. Sleep. I won't be long. They didn't bury him in the holy ground. Unclean dead, they say. I will never believe it. He couldn't have done this to himself, or me. They didn't bury him in the holy ground.
Okay. Onomasticon, the mill that stood still. A man from Vyatka once lived in our village. He would tell us stories. One involved a miller that had to make offerings to a Shishiga, or else she would prevent the mill's mechanism from turning. As an offering, he gave part of his stores of flour, grain, and breadcrumbs. On one occasion he forgot and offered nothing. Sure enough, the windmill ground to a halt. When the man went to investigate inside the mill, there was a Shishiga sitting on the grinder, threatening him with her finger outstretched. She suddenly vanished. The miller gathered some tobacco and threw it at the shadows in the corners of the mill at midnight. The windmill started to turn again, and the Shishiga stopped causing mischief. Bailichkas are short stories of encounters with evil spirits, which took place in real life. Explore the game to learn new Bailichkas. Encyclopedia, you can learn more about Russian myth and history. You can unlock new entries by exploring the game. Cool. Koldun initiation. It isn't easy being a Koldun. Becoming one is a terrifying experience. People tell a lot of stories. One in particular comes to mind. A man decided to punish his neighbor for changing the boundary of his field to a neighboring one. He went to a Koldun and asked, "Give me a chort with which to curse my neighbor." The Koldun replied, "It's not as simple as that. Do as I say, and you will have your chort." He then told him they would need to go to a banya at midnight. So the man gathered his courage and took along his rifle and his cross. Oh, it is scary at the banya. He loaded his gun with his cross and shot at the hearth. A fiery dog emerged and opened its maw. The only option was to climb inside, and even though his instincts told him to, he stopped himself from making the sign of the cross. He recalled at the last moment that if he did so, he would lose his hand. Crossroads. Crossroads are one of the key points of travel between the world of the living The depths of the underworld is a place that exists as a boundary between worlds. That is why the heroes of fairy tales often stop at crossroads. They must choose their path. However, any path they choose leads to the world of unliving, the so-called Trideviato Sars. I'm not sure how to say that last one. Sarsvo? The faraway kingdom. It is here that they must battle the serpent or Koschei, which embodies the undead, as well as overcome other difficult challenges. Koldun Initiation. As in any neophyte initiation, the sorcerer, called Koldun, has to pass through the maw of a beast at a crossroads, a banya, or whatever may constitute a boundary space. Most often the initiation took place at banya. That is why the beast is often represented by a fiery dog. In different cultural traditions, a neophyte has to pass through the maw of the totemic ancestor. Interestingly, in the Cherdyn region, this tradition has been partially preserved. In the geographic zone where the Russian people interact closely with the Komi people, Kolduns have to pass through the maw of the white swan, capercaillie, pike, lizard, or bear. All these are totemic ancestors of the Komi Permians, and we can see the evidence of this in traditional bronze plaques and amulets. Cherdyn, I'm not sure. Some of these Russian words are going to be hard to say. Yeah. Cherdyn, yes, was located in the northern part of Perm gubernia. Finno-Ugric beliefs were closely interwoven with those of Christianity, creating a unique cultural blend. The first trade route from Europe to Asia passed through Cherdyn, transforming every river, creek, mountain, and hill into a part of European and Asian history. Knowledge. Okay, so this is the skills, I guess. Black speech, knowledge ability, book handling, demonology. Okay, so these are the skills. I see. Hmm. What do I have to do to learn things? Black speech, level 5. Auto learning, level 5. Choir, level 3. Kodun's tricks allowed to change one card with a trump one. Okay. Pretty cool that we got an Adam's Head herb healing thing. Symbol marks my location. Black book unavailable. Okay. Okay. So it looks like there's icons that I can see on the thing. I don't see one here. Do we just have to walk forward? Oh, okay. We just have to walk forward, I guess. To the crossroads. I guess that's where we need to go. It's not completely sure what I'm doing, but we're doing something. Yep.
The darkness of the night is filled with anticipation. You're at Mikhail's crossroads, along with old Yegor. You know the ritual that has to be done, but you've never thought of what might happen once it's complete. However, the time to draw the circle has come.
Cherdyn, 16 miles. Solikamsk, 102 miles. Nyrop, 21 miles. This milepost has been here for a long time. The paint is almost gone. Cherdyn, 16 miles. Solikamsk, 102 miles. Nirop, 21 miles. The crosses look old. It seems people were buried here quite some time ago. Clearly, the Galbets here mark the graves of the unclean. Otherwise, why would they be near a crossroads? They say Mikhail the merchant was killed here by factory workers on the run. That's why it is called Mikhail's Crossroads. Is it possible he's under one of these Galbets? The crosses look old. It seems people were buried here quite some time ago.
Okay, so more than likely if something's in orange, it's a... No, I guess not. Okay. Or maybe I'm supposed to click on it?
Clearly, the Galbets here mark the graves
Nope.
of... They say Mikhail the merchant was killed here by factory workers on the run. That's why it is called Mikhail's Crossroads. Is it possible he's under one of these Galbets?
Okay, so no, I just hover over it and it'll tell me. Okay. A gravestone in the shape of an izba or a hut with a schematic roof. This word also refers to the cellar of an izba. Okay. So it looks like some things will only show up if I walk around a little. So I can only see within a certain distance. So maybe I should make sure I walk around sometimes. Okay, old Igor, what's up?
So, have you found the candles? Well done. All by yourself at that. Seems my teachings were not lost on you after all. Now let's draw a circle. Be careful not to leave any gaps, otherwise we'll be crushed by evil spirits.
I've made a circle. Is it alright, Grandfather?
The circle is drawn. No gaps, good. Too late to dither now.
You think that I can help him?
Sure you can. You can do anything when you have the book. So says the legend. Well, go on. It's time for you to take my knowledge. Such a long time we've spent together. Parting with it is bittersweet. Well, take it. Would you look at that? What power emanates from the book? The seal is open. It seems great sorcery lurks in you. Well, think about it later. Now speak the words I taught you.
I'll get up without crossing myself, but I will go to the crossroads. On the crossroads, I'll draw a circle and step into it. And I shall speak. Good merchants, come and buy my cat. For this cat, give me neither inconvertible ruble nor a fine hat, but bestow me with knowledge of the dark and eyes with vision sharp. So as I have said, so it will be. My words are stone.
Here are your merchants. Now listen carefully if you value your life. To become a witch, you have to defeat this demon. Time for your first Sagavar.
Welcome to your first battle. Each battle consists of turns. You and your enemy take turns, but you always get to go first. You win when you destroy all enemies before you, reducing their health to 0. This is the Black Book. It contains all of our Zagovars or spells. Razi, set 4 damage. Okay. Okay, cool. Enemy's turn. The pages you had the previous turn have changed. The book alters the pages each turn, as a magic book does. Enemy attacks can be blocked with defense, like from Audley. Defense shields you from damage but disappears on your next turn. Okay.
Such enchanted words protect from demons, but this protection fades quickly. Now draw up a complete Zagor.
You may combine several pages into a Zagovor. You can currently recite a maximum of 3 pages as indicated by the empty slots at the top of the screen. A Zagovor consists of orders and keys. You can currently recite a Zagovor consisting of 2 orders and 1 key. You can see the type of the page, order, or key in its upper corner. Okay. I see. Well, that's certainly making things complicated and interesting. Okay. So I should probably always make sure to do like 1 defense, right? At least. Okay, and you can see what they're about to do above their head. See that? That he's got 1 above his head. So I need at least like 1 defense, right? That's the idea there. And not all of these give the same amount of defense, it looks like. This gives 5, this gives 3. Okay, so a key gives less defense, is that it? Maybe a key is lesser? So we'll do a double Urazi and then a Kaba, which is not the same as Adonai. Okay, I see. That should be fine, right?
Good job, Vasya. This demon is nearly beaten. A couple more spells to rid the world of it. Take that, you mangy hellhound! Well...
Is that you, Vasilisa? I should congratulate you. For the first seal is open. Only 6 remain. Oh, but will you be able to open the rest? This is another matter entirely.
I'm curious. Can the Black Book grant any wish?
Indeed, as legend dictates. Who knows? Perhaps you shall meet your beloved soon. Who is worthy to open the scroll and break its seals? No one in heaven, on earth, or beneath it has ever been able to open the scroll or look upon it. Yet.
What sort of devil are you?
How rude, Vasilisa. I'm your chief advisor. It is I who grants you the powers of a Khaldun. become better acquainted in time, I presume.
How do I open the seals?
Oh, can't figure it out by yourself, girl? I'm disappointed in you.
Let me return to the land of the living.
Not just yet. Have you forgotten your purpose? I name you a witch. How many demons will you take on for your service?
Well, I will certainly need the help of demons. So give me as many as possible.
That's the spirit.
The outcome of some events of the game is yours to decide. Your sin counter will change according to your decisions. Oh no. Oh no. How sinful are we going to be? Your number of sins affects your choice of replies, as well as your possible game endings. Oh my. They say each person has an angel on their right shoulder and a devil on their left. But to whom you turn your ear is entirely up to you.
But you are still too weak. Soon you will have 3 charts at your command. That's enough for now. Now go. Perhaps we'll meet again. If you manage to open the seals.
What? What? Well, are you awake? The sun rose while you were coming to. Had to drag you home. I understand it's not easy to pass through the Devil's Domain. So, you've seen it?
Huh? Are we home? Seems like it was all a dream. The devil made me a witch.
Well, then it is a good day. What did I tell you? You should have become a witch a long time ago. Well, what's done is done. The legend says that your wish is behind the 7 seals. I could never open the first one. Here's the second seal, the Aspen one.
How do I open it? Maybe it was the demon at the crossroads that opened the first.
Perhaps. I think that demons do play a part, but what spirit is the Aspen one? I'll have to rack my brain a bit. Maybe there's something in the books? You yourself are a witch now. I knew that you would not let me down. The news of your enlightenment has spread already. Must be the Susetkes who told the heads of the families.
A house spirit or a hobgoblin lives under the hearth or in the Gobet's cellar.
Now people will come to you for advice. I am old now, not many teeth left. My Koldun powers are waning. Now it is you who will help the people around here. Perhaps you will even find the right demon for your problem. Well, while you were coming to your senses, I've already spoken to most of the visitors. There's only one left. He's waiting behind the door. Look around for a start. Your book is over there, on the table. Do you remember how I taught you bookbinding? Afterwards, see to that visitor of yours. Some evil spirit has been giving him trouble. Got it?
Have you yourself met this devil?
I was initiated as a Koldun once. I saw this devil, who gave me my charts. I couldn't even lift the first seal. And you, who all you needed was one touch, and it's gone already. It seems there is great power within you. Got it?
I got it, Grandpa. Time to get to work.
Look for the spirits around the district. Maybe we'll get lucky with the seals. We should not tarry. Who knows? Perhaps after 40 days have passed, we won't be able to help.
The 40th day. In Eastern Orthodoxy, a traditional memorial service held on the 40th day after the death of the departed.
God bless.
Okay, yeah.
So, Vasya, have you taken well to learning the mystical arts? Are you curious enough to learn some more?
So how did you become a Khaldun, Grandfather?
I was born in Vilgard, the sixth son of my father, Yevlam Pichurov. It was a big family, not the richest though.
Vilgor, a large village in Cherdyn district, where you
When you
fuck
have so
me.
many mouths to feed, it's hard to save money.
Okay. You're gonna be like that, you're gonna be like that. Speed. Stop the autoplay. You can't autoplay through me trying. I thought I automatically paused, but apparently not.
But we lived well as a family.
When I had my
The
mouse over
house
it.
must have been built well. That is to say, I realize this now. Then one year, a seventh brother was born. Timofey, he was called. He was a good lad. He grew up, but I didn't look after him well enough. Heavy is this sin of mine. I still feel guilty. Vasya, having charts is a trivial thing. You would do better to protect the ones closest to you, to fight for them. It's knowledge that gives us strength, for we harness their own power against them with the charts under our control. One day I was looking after Timofey. We were playing with the other children, but I lost my patience with the boy. I cursed him severely, sent him to the Leshy.
Also known as Forsa, a Komi word. Spirits who are the masters of forests and sometimes fields and meadows. They control the weather and also animals and evil spirits who inhabit their domain. Hunters and shepherds have come to an agreement with Leshis and offer them gifts and bargains.
So the Leshy carried him away. We never found Timoshka. He'd vanished. Oh, it's hard to bear these scenes, Vasya. So hard. So I decided to become a Khaldun. I wouldn't let the Dark Ones harm my family ever again. Or so I thought. Well, I'll tell the story of how I became a Khaldun later. Ask me tomorrow. It's hard to remember all these things of the past. You'll understand when you're as old as me.
How's our Izba built?
It was built long ago. Lots of people have lived here since. More than half a century ago, it seems. All according to old rituals. You know them by now. But I don't remember who built it. My grandfather, I suppose.
How can I recognize evil spirits? How can I know when they're before me?
Simple. You've been to the world of the devil, and now you'll see everything for what it is. The only thing is, the darkness will see you too. Demons and spirits will track you down, and as soon as you glance into the darkness, you'll feel their eyes upon you as well. Be strong. Such is our fate. You make your own way.
No, I have to go, Grandfather. We'll talk later.
Khaldun Initiation Part 2. He climbed down into the hearth, of course. What would you have done? As soon as he entered the mall, he saw fidgety little people sitting behind set tables. I want one small chort with which I can curse my neighbor. The imps replied matter-of-factly, we come in no fewer than 3. The man awoke in the banya with 3 chorts. Father, give us work. We want to eat. He gave them a cat curse and some other small tasks. More and more chorts appeared. He tried to keep up with the demands of the chorts, but he soon grew exhausted in mind and body. In the end, the chorts took to entertaining themselves with the villagers until all the inhabitants were cursed. Izba. The Izba is traditional Russian countryside dwelling. They are commonly found in forests, forest steppes, and on the banks of rivers. Usually izbas are built from conifers. On forest steppes, izbas are sometimes built from birches, even though this type of tree is rarely used in construction. The interior of an izba is laid out according to tradition. Coins and other offerings to the guardian spirit of the house are placed on a shelf in the red corner. By tradition, the hearth is always placed diagonally to the red corner. The more you know.
There's a great number of books in this collection. Illuminated books of old as well. Black books are not kept here, however. They're in a secret compartment near the furnace. I'll read all these books one day. To be a knower is so much more than wrangling chorts. There's a great number of books in this collection. Illuminated books of old as well. Black books are not. Grandfather says that in days of old, they used to bury people under the stove. That is how the domovoi came to be. Fedosia, my guest, have a sit on the stove. Take a bite of some bread rolls. Grandfather says that in days of old, they used to bury Galbets and his boss cellar. Old Igor says that's where the domovoi lives. I've never met one, but I once saw a black figure standing still in the corner of the house. I'll learn to divine from Susetko someday. If I see one, that is.
Susetko, a house spirit or hobgoblin, lives under the house, under the hearth or in the gulberts.
We don't have a domovoi. Must be difficult to live with chorts and Khalduns under one roof. Galbets and his boss cellar. Old Igor says that's where the domovoi lives. I've never met one, but I once saw a black figure standing still in the corner of the house.
On this screen you can change the page composition of the black book. On the right side you can see the current page composition. On the left side are pages available to you, but not in the current composition. You can categorize pages with special filters. You might receive pages that are currently unavailable as battle or task rewards. You can alter the page composition of the book. To craft new pages you need rubles. The Black Book volume has to stay within the limits of a maximum minimum number of pages. You may also save 3 different sets of pages and change them as needed. In time you will uncover even more Black Book pages which are sealed away at the present. You can change the composition of the Black Book at any time except during combat. Okie dokie. So it looks like we have, 2 orders and 1 black key, right? So we probably need 2 orders and 1 key for each key we have, right? In order to... Yeah, that sounds about right. Waste. Deal 3 attack each turn, ignoring... Waste 3. So that means for 3 turns, it does 3 damage, right? Each turn, that sounds pretty nice. So we've got 1 Varahale. 2 and Bless 2 increases damage for each page for 2. Okay. So it's already a defensive but also an offensive thing. Scorch It. Waste 3. Adelaide, 5 defense. And we probably should also equally do the defense and offense. So it looks like deck building is really difficult in this one. We have to really pay attention. Okay, so these are the cards we currently have, I guess. Okay, and these are the different seals. Okay. Seal of Aspen, drier than straw, colder than ice, hidden by a child unclean. A solitary son stands by the seal. He opens it not for the one that can hold the book, but for the one with the strength to open the seals. So we could make some. We can't make another Scorch It. We don't have enough rubles. But I kind of like the idea of Scorch It. It doesn't do as much damage as a Urazi at first, but it does it over time. Well, first, this page amplifies by 1 for every other page of the same color in Zagovor. Same color. I'm not sure what that means, but that sounds like it could be good. Varahale, 2 and Bless 2, Igla. So does that mean like black cards and white cards maybe? What, that heals 1 or something? Andale and Kaba. Okay, so we've got what, 2 of these? 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4. That sounds a little off. Because we want 2 to 1, right? Two to 1. Yeah. 3, 6, 9, 4. 9 to 4. That's almost like 1 to 2. A little bit off. Maybe get 3 more orders. We'll see. I don't want to spend anything quite yet till I figure things out better. I think we've clicked on everything we can. Peasants seeking our advice. Let's see what they want.
Oh, God bless Yegor Yevlampovich, Vasilisa Fyodorovna.
God bless.
I come bearing gifts. Some flour for your household. Please, hear me out. I won't waste your time. I'll tell you straight away. Something terrible is happening at the mill. We were working in the night when suddenly we heard some strange sounds. Then a shadow began to darken in one of the corners. Such a deep blackness. We ran for our lives. You are known for your knowledge in these matters. What should I do now?
During the night shift at the windmill, he heard some strange sounds and saw some strange shifting shadows. What could be behind such emanations?
Peasants, spirits, and fiends will all seek your advice and help in affairs of witchery. After all, you are a knower. If you answer a knowledgeability question correctly, you will receive an experience reward. Sometimes your answers will influence in-game events. To recognize the correct answer, you will have to carefully study your surroundings and the Onomasticon, which you can open at any moment from your menu. You can also receive a hint by pressing your knowledge button. However, you'll only get half the experience. Well, I mean, that sounds like bandits to me. It doesn't sound like anything necessarily bad. I mean, that sounds like bandits to me.
Some bandit must have crept in and scared you.
Oh, that was wrong.
I don't think so, Vasya. Such a shadow is not the work of man. Why do you work at night? You're just asking for demons to tear you apart?
But what do we do now? I did everything right when I built it. Please, help me. I have this old item that you might find useful.
You'd better cough it up if we help you. All right, Vasha. Look into what's going on with that place. The demon there may be of use to us, you know?
I'll find out what's going on with your chort.
Oh, thank you. I was told you wouldn't let me down. Goodbye for now.
He's not your average miller. Usually they consort with a leshy, but this miller has some chort. Well, I'll study these seals while you're off dealing with the mill. And to make your trip a bit easier, take this herb. It is called an Adam's Head. It will heal you up if anything goes sideways. Time for you to be on your way. Evil spirits won't quell themselves. Well, you get all that? Wanna ask anything else?
Where do I find this windmill?
Don't you remember the one to the north of Vilgord?
A large village in Churdin district, where you were born and raised by old Igor. Vilgort means new village in the Komi Permian language.
The devil haunts that place at night, people say. Go there and be back home by sunrise. We have much to do.
How do I use the herbs anyway?
Well, it's quite simple. Use them in battle to close up your wounds.
Got it, Grandfather. It's time to go. See you tomorrow.
Ah, wait. One more thing. I've sent a chort to Kusheva village. He must have cursed someone. Go there and fix it. You'll earn some money in process.
All right, Grandpa.
You are now on your travel map. Every night it will display different locations. You may go on your way only after you speak to all of your visitors. You can visit any available locations. However, your health recovers only after you accomplish your task and return to Visba. Your goal, visit your main task location. However, you can't reach it without visiting all the other locations along the way. The game autosaves each time the location changes. You can also save your progress manually, in which case the game will save as soon as you enter a new location. You can open the map by clicking your present location. We wish you the best of luck exploring the northern lands of Churdin. Okay. This is my location. What is this over here? That's Kusheva. That's the optional. Okay, it shows us here where if we've got the valuables. My head's a little in the way, but we do have a... Okay, that's good. So let's go to Mogilevsky's mansion. Not far from Kamgor, a rich peasant named Mogilevsky built his mansion. Mogilevsky. Hopefully I'm saying that right.
You stealthily creep by the village houses. At least, you thought you were being stealthy. You hear a familiar voice calling out from one of the windows overhanging the street.
Washa, wait! I have business with you. Hush! We'd better whisper. I've got this neighbor and I hate her guts. So curse her a bit, will you? Use a killer curse or something. Not a strong one. I've got a gift ready for you.
Very well. I'll do it. Just well up by tomorrow, you'll see.
You read a simple curse and take your well-earned reward.
A small village to the west of the Kolva. I've been there a couple of times with old Igor when healing some cows. This is the place he sent a chore for a job. And look at that, it might have 2 encyclopedias. That could be good. Let's do this.
You notice a noisy family gathering in front of one of the houses. It's unusual to see an entire family out on the street at this hour. Strange, muffled sounds are coming from inside their house. Falling cutlery, furniture moving around.
Good evening to you, Vasilisa. God himself has sent you to us tonight. Everything has been turned upside down in our house. The enemy of man is haunting our house. The devil himself is here. Everyone is scared senseless.
How did it manage to get in here? It's no simple matter for a chort to get inside a human dwelling. What did you do yesterday?
We just had some tea. Natalia likes it a lot. She's quite fond of tea. Then we prayed and went to sleep. And in the middle of the night, it all started.
Tea time turned into a chort invasion. I wonder why these demons appeared in the first place. You left the windows open. Naturally, chorts crawled in.
I'm not so sure about that. We've left our windows open before.
You must not have made the sign of the cross over the samovar. That must be the reason.
Please, won't you help us? Don't leave us this way.
Oh, very well. I will help you. It's no good sleeping on the street, is it?
Thank you, Vasilisa. Have some milk for you, Johnny.
You come inside the Izba. Everything is in complete disarray. The Chorts have certainly had their way here. You make the sign of the cross and take a couple of careful steps deeper inside. The demons have made a mess. They threw the dishes and cooking pots around, but luckily, the brass utensils seem to be intact. The most damaged part is the shrine in the corner. The icon cases are damaged, and the candles are broken.
Red Corner. The Red Corner is one of the most important and mystical places in Izba. It is similar in importance to the hearth, since it plays a central role in the home. It is most commonly in the right-hand corner of an izba, across from the door, even in some northern Russian traditions, where a porch is situated in an unusual manner. Most likely ancestral idols were once placed atop these shrines. Following the arrival of Christianity, it became home to the icons of the saints. The other name for the Red Corner is Bojnitsa, which means a god's place.
Stream Elements
And it has always
said,
housed a small
"Stay
icon
moist,
plant.
my friends. Hydrate."
The head of the family sat in this corner and oversaw holiday feasts. Additionally, before the funeral, the deceased body of the family head was placed on a table with his head below the red corner. When entering an izba, a visitor would make the sign of the cross over himself while looking at the red corner, even if there were no icons present. Ritual behavior. Ritual or behavior reinforced by custom is inseparable from mythology. It is often believed that specific events are a consequence of another. For instance, a peasant suffering misfortune after forgetting to cross himself is perceived as being punished for not observing a ritual. This has resulted in all sorts of popular beliefs. Dishes not locked away at night or crossed become a refuge for evil spirits. A sick child or a changeling needs to be thrown across the threshold of a house inhabited by spirits who were lured there by the killing of a rooster during its construction. After some time, the underlying reason for a ritual becomes forgotten, leaving behind only the ritual itself. We've gotten a fair amount of money now, so I think I want to make another Scorch It. That seems like a good, Oh, I can't make them right. Okay, I could probably only make them when I'm at the house, I guess. Okay.
You approach the overturned samovar. Suddenly, it shakes and starts to move, and red eyes light up the darkened room. A demon is here.
And now we can add a new page. Okie dokie. In Father's name, Firm 1, Ward 3. The page remains active for a turn and affects other pages. Ward increases for 3 at the beginning of each round. Okay. So Firm could be good for if we get a whole bunch of well versed. Increases. Okay, so we get a little bit of shield at the beginning of the turn. Kuldoon Fiend removes positive status. Well versed. 1 attack. So that could be good if they start getting too many positive statuses on themselves. Naba, Firm 1, well versed, and 2 attack. I think I will go with Naba. 4 rubles, 125 experience.
The elders of the family bow to you and thank you for helping them. They also give thanks to God for bringing you here. The girl, Axinia, assures you that from now on every jar in the house will be crossed. The silver glow of the moon catches glimpses of the foul water. The chilled northern night air is split by dull croaks coming from the swamp. You quickly draw a circle on the soft swamp soil and light the candles. A moment passes, and then another. Finally, a demon appears and lunges at your defensive circle. Standing amidst the black wooden figures, you hear a rustle in the trees. You read the protective spells, but out comes a person, not a demon. An ancient woman dressed in old clothes. It would seem you have come across a beggar.
Oh, a witch, a witch. I can smell your kind from a mile away. Can you spare a few coins? I don't need much to get by. A person is only as good as they are charitable.
Right, so you can spend it on booze? Get a job.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. God will punish you.
Near the forest's edge, you see a white towel on an old stump. Someone has left a bottle of milk and some piragi. Near these gifts is a birch charter. Peasants from Bigichi village are asking the Leshi to take care of their cattle. You draw up a new charter. Now the Lyeshi will be helping peasants from Vilgard. If evil spirits help anyone, they should help your village, not the inhabitants of Bigichi. While traveling through the woods, you stumble upon a snake's nest. Baby snakes are still inside their eggs. Fortunately, the mother snake does not seem to be around. You make a small wall of stones around the nest and wait for the larger snake to come back. The mother snake soon returns. Seeing the barrier, she fruitlessly tries to get past, but soon leaves. Some time passes, and the snake comes back with a bunch of grass in its mouth. The snake touches the grassy mass to the stone barrier, and the wall instantly collapses. The snake is reunited with its nest. You quickly grab the grass before the snake hides it. It smells of rust. The only noticeable thing about it is the cross shape made by 4 leaves. Fortune has smiled upon you. You have found a break herb, a bundle of aromatic weeds that opens locks and barriers. You take the herb and get ready to go on your way. On a hillside near Kacheva Lake, you see 2 silhouettes. One is combing the other's long hair. There is something strange in his uneven movements, something that gives you shivers. It only takes a single step for the demons to notice you. In a blink of an eye, 2 enemies stand before you.
Babushka Stravimushka. Well versed. Increases number of keys in the book in the next round by 1. Babushka Mandalina. Well versed. Increases number of orders in the book in the next round by 1. Interesting. Near Nizoka River. This river flows through Poliad village. Someone in Pakcha village told me that this river was formed from the tears of Poliad. Sounds like a tall tale.
Gloomy windmill arms creak in the distance, parting the pre-dawn fog. The shadow of an owl passes overhead. It crosses your path, a bad omen, since man's path and man's destiny are as one. Yet, could it be it was trying to point you somewhere? Suddenly, you come upon a swamp and stop at its border. It is dangerous to continue onward. You turn to go back and notice a devil's finger beneath your feet.
Gorodishinsky Ravine. It said that the Chuds lived here, a dangerous and unholy place. The ravines are death traps at night. Falling into one will surely leave you crippled.
You meet 2 travelers from Bigichi village who are on their way to the fields. The 3 of you continue on your journey together. Near the mouth of a chasm, one of them jokingly tries to shove you into the pit. You strike the peasant backhanded. As you glare at your 2 traveling companions, they transform into black, shadow-cloaked demons.
Key tongue. Gesture. 1 attack. Does not use word slots of Zagovar. It uses a key, I guess? Or it just doesn't use one at all. It's just a free 1 attack. Firmer than stone. Firm 1, 1 to all enemies. Once and forever. Firm 1 and 2 shield. That sounds interesting. Key tongue. Chud's Forest. The Chuds probably lived here at one time, as the forest name would suggest. Old Chud's bronze plaques aren't hard to find around here. To come across one, however, is a bad omen. After all, they weren't made by Christian hands.
You walk around the windmill and approach the chewed forest. The grim silence envelops you. The only sound you hear is of the fir branches, whispering in the morning fog. Suddenly, you see a swarm of chorts flying out of the side of the building, gleefully throwing around pieces of the windmill's wooden machinery. The chort swarm dives into the gloom with a chorus of angry screams. As the forest sinks into silence, you inspect the windmill's debris. Among some wooden logs and mechanical parts, you find a small sack of flour and pick it up.
The windmill stands at the border of worlds, between the village and the forest. It is said that the miller is a Koldun himself, but not as strong as old Igor.
The spruce branches part, and an old mill stands before you. This place is filled with legends and stories from the surrounding villages. Those who visited this place at dusk, or worse, at night, speak of dark phantoms in the windows of the mill, of sudden gusts of wind and other devilry. It is what they call a bad place. It's a carrier log. It's used to turn the mill. The old wood creaks in the wind. You can climb inside using a log. There is a small hole in the wall. The old windmill is creaking from the cold wind. It is not so often that you see this kind of mill in Cirdan Uyezd. It's hard to see anything in the dark gloom of the night. Nevertheless, you feel your eyes getting used to the darkness. The black book may be aiding you. Amidst the thick grass, you spot an old axe, its blade covered with rust. It's obvious the mill is old. Some wood has rotted through, making more windows. You approach and try to open the door. It's closed. The lock is as old as the mill. One good strike with something heavy, and it will break. It's a carrier log. It's you. You try to clamber up, but your misstep leads to a painful fall. Another attempt, and you are safe inside.
Some kind of will has been placed here by the miller. Is it an ornament or something else? Some kind of will has been placed here by the miller. The grindstones are still, but the blades of the mill are turning. The chorts here must be completely out of control if they were able to damage a windmill like that. The grindstones are still, but the blades of the mill are turning. This chest is for various tools used at the mill. Nothing interesting. This chest is for various tools used at the mill. Nothing interesting.
You study the cabinet. Among various krinkas, old pots, and birch bark containers, you find a sack with silver rubles. It might be of some use to you.
Krinka, a tall earthen vessel used to hold milk or other dairy products.
You choose to take the money. The miller will hardly miss it. A broken block of wood is near the wall. It seems to be part of the windmill's mechanism and the reason why the grindstones are standing still. Through a hole in the wall, you see the woods of Chirdin.
City in the north of Perm Province. They say long ago here lived white-eyed Chud people. Even today, people find idols on their fields. Lots of churches also. This place is as if enchanted.
I expected to see a wretched old man, not a beautiful maiden. Why are you here, then?
And I didn't expect to meet a demon speaking the common tongue. I'm an apprentice witch. Who are you?
Huh. A demon, you say? Oh, you see, maiden, I'm not a common chort. I am known as the 13th Brother. I am the guardian over the village, the forest, and the secret hidden garden and its heart. I'm also the guardian of this windmill. All of this is me, the unseen master, at your service.
What kind of name is that? The 13th Brother?
It is a name whispered through time and across many lands, until it became my name, that is. I will tell you the story if you want to hear it, of course. There is still time until the dawn.
Well, what do you want with the windmill then?
Haven't you figured it out? Perhaps I was wrong about you. I thought of you to be a strong witch, a master of wit, deduction, and intellect, one endowed with knowledge that others do not possess. I guess not.
The windmill is possessed. But is the demon's presence here as spontaneous as it appears to be? I must think about why he's here in the first place. You were summoned by a sacrifice. You've been here since your creation.
Well, you are knowledgeable indeed. Not to mention, I'm bound to this pitiful miller. But I desire a powerful master. Take me as your servant. My sacrifice will attract someone more agreeable, and you will have both your reward from the miller and the reward of my presence.
Well, so be it. I could use a chort like you, if not just for the conversation.
Wait, perhaps you are not as strong as you seem. There is yet to be such a Khaldun who can outmatch the 13th Brother. so arrogant? Do you really think you can defeat this ancient spirit?
Yes, my book will help me.
This can't be.
Just out of curiosity, I'm going to see if I can reload because I kind of want to know his story.
The spruce
Honestly,
branches
I
part,
might start
and an
save
old-
scamming just a little bit to get that experience, if I'm being honest. Okay, so we hadn't done anything yet. Here, okay. So I'm kind of curious what his story is, honestly, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just save scam a
It's
little,
hard to see anything in the dark gloom of the night.
just out of curiosity. I think I will go ahead and use one of these items to open the door, maybe save myself 3 health. Thought maybe I was just saving an item, but if maybe the purpose of the axe is to save me 3 health, then I'll go ahead and also do that. Unless, so are these like actual items, or are they? Okay, so it's actually giving me an extra health. Is that what it's doing? I think that's what it's doing. Yeah, it's actually giving me an extra health. Okay, so maybe not the axe. I'll use the herb, which we got. That's fine.
It's a carrier log. It's used to turn. The old windmill is creaking from.
We never did read the thing for that, did we? Windmills. In Perm, windmills are rarer sights than water mills. This is because it is harder to catch the wind than it is to harness the power of running water. Often, windmills were built with a moving roof that was operated with a special lever. The wind could be caught just so that the wind blades could begin moving with optimal efficiency. The most effective kind of wind was not the strongest wind, but moderate wind. Before the revolution, blades were fitted with special fabric. They were later fitted with plywood.
It's obvious the mill is old. As soon as you press the break herb to the lock, it opens and falls to the ground.
Okay, so the entire point of going and getting the break herb was
Some kind of
to
will has been placed here by the miller.
essentially save ourselves from getting hurt while trying to climb into the mill. I guess that's the point of that. And we will make sure to go ahead and rob him again because we're kind of going for the evil route now.
You study the
Just because
cabinet.
we can,
Among
I
you
guess.
choose to take the money.
Kind of curious what that's going to affect later on. Kind of curious if there's a max evil we can get to. I mean, we're dealing with demons, you know? Okay,
A broken block of wood is near the wall.
let's peer outside. And let's see if we can get this guy to tell us his backstory. Since apparently the mill progresses it forward.
I expected to see a wretched old... Why are you here, then?
And I didn't expect to meet a.
I am the... All of...
What kind of name is that?
It is a name. I will tell you the story.
Well, come on then. Tell me. I'm a scholar of evil spirits and the demons of the world.
It is good to meet a sorceress that doesn't immediately hurl herbs and venomous phrases before engaging in the more sophisticated art of conversation. Very well, so you're interested. A long time ago, I had 12 brothers. I was the 13th brother, the youngest. At that time, there was a war, and we were enlisted, you might say. I served under the strongest and most capable commander. He kept me alive, and so I became the last of my brothers, the 13th, and the only one remaining after all those years. Fate has brought me here. Why are you here, then? Haven't perhaps
The windmill is possessed. But is the demon's presence here? You were summoned by a sacrifice. You've been...
Well, not to take, and you will have both. Your reward.
Well,
Wait, there is. You are so arrogant. Do you really think you can defeat this ancient spirit?
yes. My book will help me.
This can't be. Book. It is a legendary artifact. I never gave up before, and I'm not going to now.
Okay, apparently that completed the prologue. Alright. Amen. Firm 1, Piety 3. What is Piety? Increases shield value in pages for 3. Oh, okay. George the Father, well versed in Bless 3. Avoy, well versed in 5 shield. So Avoy could be really good for shield if we suddenly need to shield up. That sounds good. I gained a level and grew in power. You are now in the skill section of the menu. Here you can unlock new magic abilities. You can visit this section through the menu at any time. With each level you increase your health and gain knowledge points, which are necessary to unlock new abilities. As you increase your level, more and more demons will join your swarm. Some abilities unlock automatically at the moment of obtaining a certain level. Level 5, level 3, level 3. Khaldun's trick allowing to change one card with a trump one. Knowledge ability. Increases number of active slots for items. Okay. Shop prices are reduced. Increases number of items that can be used per turn. Visiting peasants bring 10 more in gifts. Ooh, that could be good. Book handling. Draw an additional order page. Draw an additional key page. Page creation cost is reduced. Demons. Chorts bring 5 more on job completion. You can send a chort on a meaningless job. The chort specialties and job types are visible. Okay. Yeah, let's learn this one. This sounds good. We can start sending chorts on meaningless jobs. Reduce chance of your chort completing the job well reduced by 50. Reduces sin that your chorts bring you with job completion by 5. Okay, but I'm kind of going for evil, so that's fine. It increases the evil that your chorts bring with you. Oh, so you kind of want to get that, don't we? Okie dokie.
You take the demon into your personal service. He will ask for work, like any other chort. The mill is now without a spirit, but this is none of your concern.
13th brother. His favorite occupation is to interfere with the work of the peasants, so he knows all about housekeeping and farming. Resistance to status ward. New Bailichka. Demons at the mill. Not long ago there was a rich man who lived in the village. He had a water mill. One day he fell ill and found himself at death's door. He told his worker, "Gather 3 horses and take me to the mill, for I will die today." The assistant did as he was told. As he was riding home he thought to himself, "How did my master know that he would die today?" He called his horses to a stop and rode back to the mill. When he arrived he peered quietly through the window. What did he see but his master just sitting there, crying bitterly? Just then a trapdoor to the cellar opened, and several devils emerged. They tore the master's skin open and ate his flesh. Then one of the devils possessed the miller by crawling into the skin that was left over. Old Igor has passed on to you his pesters full of chorts. You have a number of chorts churning for mischief. Be careful, idle chorts torment their Khaldun masters. It takes some time for chorts to do their job, a day or more. Each location has a specific type of job: hunger, strife, corruption. Each chort has a job preference. You can discover it by learning a specific skill. Chorts perform better with their job of choice and worse with ones they hate. In order for chorts not to torment you and steal your health, don't forget to give them jobs every morning. Cause a horse to be stubborn, slander an innocent girl, steal a cow from the herd, attract a married man to his wife's friend, bring water in a sieve. Okie dokie.
And then he disappeared. He won't be interfering with work at the windmill anymore.
So, you took up a new chore. Hope it doesn't backfire. Well, while you were gone, I had some thoughts about the seals. Every single piece has its meaning, and every seal requires a demon. The second one is the Aspen one. We'll have to think what to do next.
The first seal was opened by touch, and that was all. How do I open the second?
Well, not by simply touching the asp, that's for sure. I think we need evil spirits, so we'll find the Aspen demons.
Where do you think we can find them, Grandfather?
I don't know yet. I'll have to think on it. Go deal with the things you can at the moment, and let me think.
Can't we open the others right away?
I doubt that, but who knows? Look around a bit and maybe you'll fortune upon the right chart.
I see. Time to get to work then. The chorts are back.
After his initiation, a Koldoon receives not only the knowledge and power of a sorcerer, he also receives his familiars, imps known as Bes or Chor. To the uninitiated, these demons appear in many different forms, as stained glass, bugs, or other insects. They can also appear as little human-like creatures, with the body of a man, the head of a mouse, the arms of a frog. Familiars can be werewolves, cursed men, heretics, unholy dead, kikimoras. In the forest, a Koldoon can be aided by werewolves, and wedding guests have been transformed into bears. Werewolves can be distinguished from regular wolves by their eyes, which burn red. A Koldoon's imp familiars must always be occupied by work, or else they will cast curses on people or animals. This is why the Koldoon, to keep them busy, sends his familiars to make ropes out of the sand, count the leaves of the trees, or empty the sea with a teaspoon. Oh, I've gotten some more. And I didn't even realize I had one. I had them. Okay. Lost his eye in a bet with a sinful lot who accepted bribes. Now hates people even more. Fat Ivashka likes it when children starve. An op- opri- oprichnik during the reign of Ivan the Terrible. Matvey is now a fiend. So if I don't send them on stuff, then that's what happens. Right? Okay. Slander an innocent girl. Let's see. Okay. I see. Make children disobedient. Oh, I bet she likes that. She likes it when children starve, so I bet she likes to make children disobedient. We'll do that one. Cause a horse to be stubborn. Steal cow. Let's see. That seems good, I guess, maybe.
I sent them to perform an arduous task. That's why they weren't around.
Now I should give them tasks?
Well, what did you expect? You knew what you signed up for. Everything has a price, especially wishes. If you don't want them to torture you, send them to curse people. That's the life of a Khaldun for you.
And if I don't want to curse anyone?
Then suffer. These demons won't leave you alone.
I've seen them before in your Pested. Not often, though.
Now you will see them plenty. You can observe our entire gubernia in your Pister. In the end, you decide what you do with those chords of yours.
Gubernia, a major administrative subdivision of the Russian Empire.
God help us. The moment I became a Khaldun, I saw the Uyezd in a completely different light. There is no such place where a demon wouldn't hide. You just noticed? Your own chords are also a giant pain.
How did you come to be a Khaldun, Grandpa?
Well, told you the other day about the demon stealing Timofey. That's the reason for it. Fighting the pointy-tailed. I heard once that shepherds are no worse. So I became a shepherd boy. Helped Prokopy, the holy fool. I shouldn't mention him at night. Knew his way around the forest, that one. And how to find lost cattle. So I studied under him. Anyway, it's a long story. I'll tell you later how I received my knowledge. It's not like I got it from him anyway. Had to bust my butt. In any case, see how I managed to teach you. Appreciate that.
I do, Grandpa. What kind of man was he, that Prokopy?
Not a kind man at all, but of great knowledge. Cursed a lot of people. Practically earned a living that way. Nearly cursed me once.
Are shepherds really knowers?
What makes you think they aren't? Why don't you try finding all the cattle in the forest without a demon's help? One has to know how to ask the old man of the forest for help. And in case a demon steals a cow or something, you have to be able to get it back. You'll have to learn. What did you think? Shepherds lie on their backs all day? You wish.
Demons are the one turning the grindstones at the mill.
Well, the miller won't turn them, that's for sure.
Can't the wind spin them? Do you have to use demons everywhere? It's dangerous, and a sin to boot.
Well, what did you expect? It will soon be the 20th century. The demons might make it easier. If they can start making flour, who knows? Maybe we can teach them to reap, too. You've heard of steam engines? Huh? I think there's a steam chart inside, like the one you can find in a samovar.
How did you manage your own chores?
Nothing to it, really. Just give them something to do. The only thing is they can't manage every task well. Their job is to wreak havoc. They don't like any other sort.
Little men. Once we asked a Koldoon to show us his imps. He was nice and drunk. It was around Maslenitsa time. He waved at us. I'll show you, but don't be frightened. Each had on blue short pants and red shirts. They stood in a line like little men, about 70 centimeters tall. They didn't walk, but hopped about. And when the Koldoon gave an order, the wind started to howl. I'll send them to the forest to count the needles on the pines, and when they're needed, I'll call out and the wind will blow them back to me. He sighed bitterly. The imps ask incessantly for work. What work? It's absurd. Once I took them to mow. Come the next morning, the grass was waist high again. Their true calling is to cast curses on people, but the more you curse, the more imps you get. It's torture. Okay, so we're starting to get a bit of money here. So we should probably start working on figuring this out. I guess the minimum maximum is 13 and 33. Okay, so we've got a Void, which is our defense, well versed. Got 5. So let's focus first on getting the defense, right? So if we want a 2-to-1, that's 3, so maybe 15 total? That could be good. Divide in half. So that would be 5 iterations, so 10 and 5? Yeah, that sounds right. 10 and 5. 10 defense orders, 5 defense keys, and yeah, that sounds right. Okay, that'll be what we go for. A Audelay looks like the best one. Ikla could be good for healing. Although I don't know if I like the idea of well-versed. It could be good, but then you'd have to kind of focus on that, you know? Although a 40 is the same defense, but it's got the potential for the well-versed there. Okay. So we've got 1 Avoy. Could make more if we wanted to. We haven't seen any shops. There are supposed to be shops too, aren't there? Unless this counts as a shop. I think I will save the money for right now until I see what the shops look like, because there are supposed to be shops, aren't there? Okay, let's go see what the visitors want. It looks like there are 4 of them.
Yegor Yevlampovich, Vasilisa Fedorovna, it's me again. Came to give my thanks. The spirits have stopped haunting us. Here's what I promised.
Antique mortar. By the looks of it, the miller inherited this mortar. It's far too old of a thing to not be enchanted. Herbs and healing zagovors restore an extra health. Okay.
The spirits, however, took the money I saved for my grandson's books. Well, it is what it is.
I don't think that was spirits. Teehee.
Stream
Melissa,
Element
hi.
said, "Stay moist, my friends. Hydrate."
She swelled up, just like you said. You were nowhere for sure. Here, a gift from our household. Well, see you.
Be well and live long. My godmother sends a jug of milk and sends her regards.
Kolya, is that you?
Hello, old Igor.
So, you're back.
Yeah, it's been at least a week.
You sure have grown tall. How tall are you, exactly? 12 vershoks?
Vershok, an archaic Russian unit of length equal to approximately 4.4 centimeters. The saying that a man is 12 vershoks high means that his height is 2 arshins and 12 vershoks, which is about 2 meters.
Well, what brings you here?
I heard about your man, Vasilisa. It's hard to lose loved ones. I know. However, I'm here for another reason. I need your help. Yesterday evening, at a get-together, I made a bet with the lads. They dared me to enter Banya at night. I don't believe all this supernatural stuff you see. When you go to war, you see things you know. I entered this old Banya, the abandoned one, by the river. It was around midnight. I opened the door and saw a sort of blue light, and it was quiet. I reached into the stove, to take a stone. They wouldn't call me chicken if I showed them proof later. Suddenly, a hairy paw grabbed my left hand. Here, look, left a mark.
Bannock was the master of the Banya in which he resided. He could help or protect a man, but also scare or even kill him. It was important to perform rituals correctly and be careful not to violate any taboos. In the various villages of Churden, it was forbidden to use the Banya during the first or third heating or when drunk. A man could suffocate or burn himself to death, events that were considered to be the punishment of the Bannock. A man could also fall into the hearth, constructed of rough-hewn stones, later constructed of brick. Sometimes banyas caught fire, so people built them far from their izba or even on a river bank. Peasants often gave birth to children in banyas, so there was always a risk of a devil replacing their baby with an aspen log or a broom.
That devil didn't let me go. All of a sudden, some female voice said, "Marry me." The hand was hot as fire, and then I just lost it, and it kept on asking. And she still held on to me, wouldn't let go, so I told her I would. Then she let me go. I ran as fast as I could. Damn this demonic power. You're a knower. Help me, would you?
Nikolai visited the Banya at midnight, and something grabbed him. What might that be? The Banya is near a river, so that was a Rusalka.
No, there's a separate master with its own banya, that's it. Or perhaps a mistress. That was a bannik.
Lord Almighty.
So its hand was hairy. What else did you notice?
I couldn't see anything. It was completely dark. The hand was black and hairy.
What did you do with the stone?
Well, I took it with me. To prove to them I wasn't yellow. Didn't tell about the demon, though. Dropped it off at home later. I told my godmother, and she sent me here right away.
Ah, wise woman, your godmother.
All right, I won't leave you to the wolves.
Vasilisa, take a closer look at the demon. This bannik may have an aspen seal on her. Go to the old banya tonight, both of you. Talk to the demon and find out why she wants to marry you. You, Kolya, Use this balm on your left eye to see the demons. Don't forget the stone, Kola.
I'll wait for you outside.
Hey, Vasya, they say you're a knower now. This may be of interest to you then. The other day we were gathering berries by Kajil Lake. By the way, I have brought you some. It's near Zapolsk. Anyway, we came across this clearing with holes everywhere. The horror! So I thought you might want to go there. Who knows? Perhaps there are evil spirits.
Didn't think I'd be seeking help from nowheres. I've always depended only on myself. My military service. Well, it's quite a story. Maybe later.
You now have the ability to take your companions along on your travels. Each helper has a unique ability you can make use of in battle. Presence or absence of certain helpers affects the outcome of in-game events. Interesting. Valuables, two encyclopedia, and a song? Wonder what a song is. Nikolay. He has the backhand ability. I guess he can backhand people. Okay. The Forest Grove by Arisba. The old forest that grows near Arisba makes people ill at ease, as does everything else nearby for that matter.
You notice a black silhouette on the road. It appears to be shrouded in fog, and is hard to distinguish in the soft lighting of the night. The air is filled with a strange song performed by the demon. You've never heard this melody before. A chill runs down your spine as you listen to the alien melody. The devil continues his song. You listen, holding your breath and not moving. Soon, the melody stops, crashes against the tops of the fir trees, and dissolves in moonlit silence. You feel that perhaps now you understand demonkind somewhat better. Suddenly, a magic circle shimmers at the demon's feet. A moment later, another devil appears by his side. His burning eyes are staring right at you.
The picturesque backwater got its name because of the mermaid sightings back in the day. I've never seen any myself, though. Rusalka.
You notice a strange sight in the distance. A ball of snakes is rolling around the woodland road, scales glittering in the moonlight. Nikolai grins and picks up a large stone. He throws it right at the snake ball. Most of the snakes scatter, but some of the enraged creatures slither your way. Luckily, you find some healing herbs near the overturned stone.
Okay, it looks like poison could definitely be an issue. Salmanita removes negative. Okay, that could also help. 3 health. Babushka. I think I will go Salmanita. Removing negative status effects could be very good. Okay, there we go. Beat up some snickies. Now over here to the forest that grows by our Isba. The old forest, okay. No, we already went there. Never mind. Okay. No, here we go. Okay, Mikhail's Crossroads. These are the crossroads where my recent initiation took place. It is surely a place where both roads and human fates intersect. Don't know why it was... yeah, okay.
Near the old gravestones, you see a demon. His eyes are focused on the sky. It seems that he is in deep thought. He merely sighs when he notices you.
Oh, it's you. I remember you falling into hell.
What a talkative chort.
Well, what's so special about that? Me, I flew out of hell and decided to stay for a while. Help me find an answer to a question, and I'll reward you, witch.
Well, sure. Ask away.
I'm searching for an answer. What are the 3 kinds of dates?
You go out on a date with your loved one.
Well, that's one. What are the other 2?
What are the 3 dates? You have one with a loved one, and the second one is? There's an exotic fruit called a date.
Seems right. What is the 3rd one?
What are the 3 dates? You guessed one, the kind with a loved one, and also the fruit. What's the 3rd one? A calendar date.
It sure seems obvious now. So you are a knower. Here you are, a treasure for your efforts. Well, I guess I have to get back to hell before they miss me.
The demon disappears into flames. You continue on your journey.
Well, that wasn't a very difficult one. I mean, that was kind of easy. Thanks for the free experience, I guess. Okay, which one do I want? Which one do I want? Leaning towards George the Father, maybe? Although if I'm going to have white cards, I kind of want the white cards to actually defend me instead of just... So Ward would kind of be good. I mean, it doesn't directly defend me, but it increases at the beginning of each round. So maybe in Father. I don't want this one because 1 damage to all seems kind of iffy. But in Father's name sounds good, so we'll go with that one. Well, thanks for the free experience, I guess. Okay. Traveling herbalist. A famous herbalist appeared in these parts. I should check out the herbs she has for sale. Okay. Let's go see what she's got.
You're not what we consider an average girl, are you? In that case, I'll show you some fine wares. Here, take a look.
Okay, let's see what we've got. We've got an Odolin herb. I was not the one who watered you, nor was I the one who gave birth to you. Mother Earth birthed you, and bareheaded girls and free-spirited women watered you. Damage absorption 1. Completely absorbs all attack from the next enemy attack. Now that could be really good on those one guys that are doing the chance, and if I don't kill them quick enough, that could be really good. Wormwood grass. He threw the wormwood grass onto the fire, and all the demons ran away. Curse 3 on the enemy. Decreases attack. Okay. Razorva is poisonous. One time my cow ate Razorva, then it died. Poison 1 Vasilisa. Why would I want to poison myself? That's what it says, doesn't it? Adam's Head's pretty good, but we've got a lot of Adam's Head already, honestly. The Breaker, which eliminates enemies' defense. Witch Doctor's new ways to protect people from all kinds of curses with this herb, so that gives me some defense. That one gives defense too, but it's not as good. Removes 1 harmful status. Remove status curse. Remove status curse, remove status ailment and suppressed, removes positive status. I could also sell my things if I wanted, I suppose. For right now, honestly, I think maybe get, let's see, a couple of Adam's Head, 1 Adam's Head, so I have an even 10. Thinking the Odolin herb just in case, because that does sound pretty good. Curse 3 on the enemy. Poison 1 Vasilisa. I don't know why I would want to poison myself. Seems a little weird. Tempted to go ahead and just get the Adam's Head just because. It's only 12. It's only 12. We can do that. It's fine. Okay, cool. Cool. How do I leave? I guess here? Okay. Yazova Village. The good people live in this small village on the Sidovka River. They often visit to get advice from old Igor. Not once have they asked to curse anyone.
Like a gloomy skeleton of an unknown beast, the old remains of a burnt house stand before you. All the logs are charred black. Some of them have collapsed and are covered with moss. Only the white stove gleams in the moonlight, still intact, even after the fire. You walk around the house. The inside is dark, with logs poking out like the rotten teeth of a dead man. You see a shaggy silhouette of a demon inside. It's hard to tell who used to live in this izba. You step inside, and you seem to sense the smell of burnt wood. Stars and pine branches are visible above instead of a roof. Suddenly, you notice a shaggy figure near the furnace. As soon as you make a move towards the mysterious figure, it disappears. A ball of baked clay lies where the black spirit once was. You take it with you.
Okay, got me some hearth clay. This piece of clay contains the warmth of the hearth and the care of unseen family spirits. Applies 5 shield on the first turn. That could be good if they're going to attack on the first turn, but I prefer what I've got already on me, so... yeah, so it's like a better version of candles, I guess. Or I could do both. And we have a level up. Okay, what are we going to level up? I'm thinking demonology so we can make sure to send the shorts where we want to put them. Yeah, that sounds good. Chance of your short completing the job well reduced by 50%. So that's probably good if you're trying to do like a pure run, I guess, so they don't do the job well, so they don't cause sin, I guess. Which goes in with the crooked shorts, which means that the reduces the evil. Yeah, so that's probably what that means. So probably trick 2 next, and then accurate directives and over here. That sounds good. We'll sort of focus on doing evil, I think. Oh, opening a tooltip does not reduce the experience reward for a correct knowledge ability answer. That actually sounds pretty good too. Okay, so maybe we'll focus on that one next, because that would eventually give us more experience, assuming we can't just immediately figure out the answer. Trinity Church. You can always pray and rest in Vilgord's church. The priest there is a good fellow. He doesn't accept bribes, nor is he much of a drinker.
You see a friendly flame burning in the distance. You come closer, and soon you are standing in front of a lonely church. Inside it is warm and cozy. It smells of incense and old wooden sculptures. Soon you hear a calm voice.
I don't know if I should bless you, Vasilisa. Your road is a twisted one.
Oh, we can buy things from this guy as well. Ooh, looks like things can get expensive. 150. Kyrian Cherub. Each had his own angel. In times of old, they would have made me a portrait of mine. Gain 7 regeneration on battle start. Give 7 health each round. That sounds pretty good. I'm assuming it goes down eventually, maybe? I'm guessing that's an item you equip. We were married, and the priest blessed us, his censer swinging back and forth. 3 piety on battle start, increases shield value. Catsi. The priest is singing, mumbling something, and waving his censer around. So that's like a lesser version of the censer. That's 2 piety instead of 3. Prosphora. A girl took a piece of prosphora, went down the coal beds, and saw Susetko there. Reduces your torment from choice by 1. Lock. Wards off thieves and curses alike. Your first Zagovor always has a lock page. Water of Jerusalem. That same night he found himself in the city of Jerusalem, near the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Chance that herbs don't disappear after use. Holy water. We made spells over cattle on Yvonne's day. Sprinkled it with holy water so it would stay healthy. Imperishable 3. Waste restores health instead of dealing damage. Interesting. Incense. There on the floor, the priest's wife was breathing her last. Her face and hands scratched raw. Bless 5. Okay, it says on the corner which one it is, whether it's an item or a... So these are things that... Okay, I gotcha. I just noticed that. So I know for sure whether or not it's permanent or not. So that is an item. That looks like a very good item. It's very expensive though. Deuce's Torah, I'm not so worried about that. Don't really like the battle star because, I mean, maybe I don't want it on the battle star. If I had it more consistent, that would be one thing. But the regeneration would be good just because, you know, if we need health, right? That's about the only one that I really am interested in, I think. Is that one, but it's 150. That is expensive. If I sold things, could I get it? If I sold the hearth clay and the candles, that's 56. That would get me up to 110. That means we're still 40 short. So I could sell the devil's finger. That would be, or I could just sell some of these. 40 short, that would be what? Almost all of them? No. I could sell the devil's finger. That would essentially be trading 4 max health for the ability to heal the health. Or I could sell the antique mortar, which is herbs and healing Zagovors restore more. But it's not that much more, it's only 1 more. If I do that, I would have the health anyways. I would have to sell 2 of the Adam's Head. But that's fine. That's fine. So we'll sell the candles and the hearth clay. And I messed up on adding somehow. Okay, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Because I won't need the Adam's Head as much if I just have the ability to heal. That hurt a little bit more on the Adam's Head than I thought it would, but that's fine. Okay, so we definitely need to make sure we have like 150, 200 monies. Just in case something like this pops up. Okay. That is good to know. Items. Although I guess I actually can just... Oh, I didn't sell the antique mortar. That's probably what it was. Silly me. Said it out loud and I just forgot what I was going to do.
At night again,
I might go ahead and sell the antique mortar anyways, actually, and buy back some of those herbs. Wasting money a little bit, but... Actually... Save scam. I'm save scumming. Ignore me. I'm not save scumming, you're save scumming.
Flame burn.
I don't know if I should bless.
So we said the clay, the candles, and the antique mortar. And then 2 of these. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it changes. It changes. Son of a... 77 hefty on battle start. Limits the maximum attack received. What? He's staring from the red corner. That's no good. He should be in a church. Limits the maximum attack received by 77. So does that mean we just can't get hurt? That can't be right, can it? So apparently these things change. That's... I mean, that can't, right? That can't be what it says, right? How do I say? I want to save. Blink. Save game. New save.
So you wandering at night again, Vasilisa. Be careful on the road you travel. It can lead you to places.
Okay. I'm not sure if that's actually how that works, but we will see, because that does make sense, right? Limits the maximum attack received by 77. That does it all go away at once, or like as that battle starts, does it go down by 1? This ravine is cursed, hence its name. Plenty of misfortunes happen around this place. Leshy's work eye, and ill places. Okay, so that I don't get the auto save messed up. I'll go ahead and load the autosave here and then save here as well.
You see a friendly flame burning.
I have a feeling that you've had a hard time getting
Pushing
to
that save scum to the max, aren't I? Okay, we've got the Curium cherub back again. And we've got the unknown cherub back. Okay. Leg for a saint. It was told not to bring offerings to the icons. Gain 1 rage. Increase blessed by 1 with every health loss. Eye for a saint. I'll give this over to the icon to cure my blindness. Gain a reinforced ward. Psalms. No dinner for us today. Only psalm reading. Strengthen status. Eloquence white. Increases spell burst effect of white. Lantern. Gain bless 2. Prayer book. Strengthen status. Prayer plus 1. Red thread. Herbs and healing dew plus 3. Okay. Okay, so I'll go ahead and save here. And then I'll load this one. Buy that and see if that actually works the way I think it does.
You see a
Because
friendly
if so,
flame
that would be a little
burning.
weird.
So you wandering
right?
at night again, Vasilisa.
That would be a little weird. It changes even on the loaded save? Okay, I don't know how to... Apparently there's a bit of a protection against saves coming, I guess, on shops. Apparently, I guess. Fuck. Oh, herbs and healing do 10 more. Folding icon. Okay, so I definitely want the Curian cherub. That sounds just really good. So we'll focus on getting that for right now. Although that could be good, but that requires us to use the herbs anyways. That's not just... So we'll sell this, we'll sell this, we'll sell this. Sell 2 of these and we'll get that. And we'll just stop trying to figure out how to do the save scumming, because apparently it doesn't work. Okay, we've got you. We've got a cherub, and I'm going to save, and I think the reading a prayer will probably just reduce sin, and in this case we don't want that, but I want to check.
I have a feeling that you've had a hard time getting to our...
Read
You
us a
read
prayer.
a prayer and rest a bit.
Oh no, it restores health, okay. Thank you for the free health.
Goodbye, Holy Father.
Okay, cool. Now we'll go back to the Cursed Ravine. I guess. I don't know.
You approach the open rift. Dried bushes are sticking out of its walls like the rotten teeth of a dead man. You carefully look down. Suddenly, the forest around you is lit by a strange red light. As you look up, you see a fiery ball zigzagging through the sky. Your words are lost among the tree branches. The fiery ball flies away, and everything is silent again. There's a rotting bridge over a small river, a tributary of the Kolva. In the moonlight, you discern a strange silhouette on the other side of the bank. You take several steps towards the silhouette, but it disappears in the morning mist. A chill runs down your spine.
Orlov Kurya. Kurya is an old Permian word, an old riverbed. I can get to the old banyas through here, but who knows what lurks in these parts at night? That's the main task, I think, up here, right? Yeah, so we want to go over here, see if we can find the old pits somewhere.
Night travels are not the most convenient ones. In the darkness, you can stumble upon any kind of evil spirits. This is precisely what happens now. You step into a silent meadow where a demon is drinking tea from a samovar. He notices you and invites you to join him. You drink the tea in silence, with the demon's glowing eyes fixed upon you. You feel uneasy and try to finish the drink as soon as possible. Suddenly, you feel a metallic taste in your mouth. Looking inside the cup, you discover that you've been drinking blood. The laughing demon disappears, along with its samovar.
Well, okay then. I guess that happened. In the forest near Lake Kojil, some boys from Vilgor spotted a strange clearing. They say it's full of dug-up pits. Maybe someone's looking for something. I should investigate.
Dark pine branches move to the sides, and you see a meadow strewn with old, overgrown pits. You come closer and look into one of them. The green of the meadow drops into the open maw of the pit, from which you sense the cold of the grave. God knows who dug them up. You start to inspect the pits one by one. You take one careless step and tumble down. Luckily, the pit is not that deep, and you climb out with ease. You frequently look around. You feel as if someone is watching you. You almost decide to give up finding anything in these mysterious pits when you notice an old grave at the bottom of one of them. A grim pit is filled with a damp stench. You see an old cross covered with a rotten towel. Near the grave, there is a small pot with an offering to the dead. The old cross is covered with moss, and mushrooms grow at its foot. You feel uncomfortable near the grave of the unclean dead.
Golbet's gravestone. A golbets is a gravestone shaped like an izba, a traditional Russian countryside dwelling. In ancient times, the dead were buried in a small house without any windows. This is why coffins are referred to in some northern dialects of Russian as houses, or houses for the dead. In northern Russia, a gravestone in the shape of a cross, sometimes topped with a schematic roof, was called a golbet. The roof helped to protect the cross from rain. In the southern regions of the Russian Empire, a pseudo-roof was set atop ritual crosses, or atop crosses that were placed near crossroads. On the day of Pentecost, the souls of stillborns, infants who died before baptism, and those who died unnatural deaths were believed to appear atop these crosses.
In the pot by the gravestone, you find a couple of gold coins, which you quickly pocket. But it seems to have disturbed the dead man. Suddenly, a white spirit rises from the grave.
Zapolsky Farmstead. Near the farmstead of the rich peasant Zapolsky, a small village of sorts emerged. It doesn't have a name of its own yet, so everyone calls it Zapolsky. Not much of a village name, if you ask me. This is where we'll get this melody thingy. I don't know what that is, but it's some sort of collectible, I guess.
You hear a familiar voice. Young folk are having an evening gathering, although it's not the best season for it.
Hi, Vasya! I know you have no time, but sing at least one song with us, for old time's sake!
All right, but just one.
You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song.
Banyas are prone to fires. People stoke the flames too hard at times. That's why they're often built on riverbanks. Nowadays, some of these banyas are abandoned.
The small barrel once held water. It's riddled with holes. It is unlikely anyone can use it now. The small barrel once held water. The river is not very wide here. Mist covers everything. It looks like a river flowing with milk. The river is not very wide here.
Here at last, and all these demons in these parts, I had never thought.
Evil spirits have always been here, but you won't be able to see them without me. These chorts harm people, but nobody can even see them.
Enemies here as well. No place is safe these days, I guess. I've been thinking, why did the spirit attack me? Someone must have been there before me.
Well, first of all, it was nighttime, and evil is strongest at night. Besides, why did the evil spirit attack Nikolai? You didn't cross yourself. An easy target for a chort.
So that's it. Seems like you can't go wrong with a cross after all.
The banya has sunk a little. That's why it got stuck, I think. You're a strong fellow. You open it.
I can do that, sure. But could you put Zagavor or something on me so no one grabs me?
Wait here. I'll look around first.
Here it is, the old Banya. The things it saw during its lifetime.
Banya. In Cherdin, the banya was one of the most important features of an estate. People washed themselves and their clothes in the banya, as well as cured themselves, gave birth, made divinations, and conjured. The banya brought health, but it was both clean and unclean. Childbirth left the filth of original sin, which had to be washed away and cleansed with holy water. Young people often organized Yuletide gatherings and games in the banya, and sometimes formed couples. If during the often cruel Yuletide games, none of the men stood up for a girl, she was considered to be almost the same as an old maid in the premarital hierarchy.
This banya sure sank low. The door is stuck. The door won't open, but I see a blue light inside. Nikolai is a strong young lad. He'll open the door. This banya sure sank low. The door is stuck.
Well, is it time?
All right, I know just the thing. Stand still. All the shelves have rotted through. Beneath them is darkness itself. This is the kind of place where Bannocs dwell. All the shelves have rotted through. Let me, kind Bannoc, pay a visit to your home. Repeat after me, Kolya.
Let me host Bannik.
Now, let's think of what to do with this bride of yours. She's been waiting for us, I suppose. That blue light has been shining here, right until we came in. Let's summon her and ask some questions.
All right. You are the knower here.
First, let us prepare. I'll draw a circle to be safe. I don't think your bride is evil, though.
Better safe than sorry, Vasa.
In order for the Bannock to know we're here, let's heat up the stove. And that stone that you took, put it back.
It's better if you do it. I sort of forgot how when serving in the army.
Really? Very well. After that, we'll step into the circle. I'll read a special spell, and just like that, she should appear.
Vasa, you are a knower, no doubt about it.
Well, let's get to work.
Well, is it time?
Yes, it is, Kolya. As soon as I start reading, the demon will appear. If you step out of the circle, she'll strangle you.
All right, I get it. I'll stand still.
Here we go. Bannock, my hostess, let us wash in steam.
Wait. Don't run. Hear me out.
Jesus and his troops!
Don't move. Let me talk with this Bannock.
Wait. I'm not a demon. I'm an ordinary girl.
An ordinary girl, you say? Bannock says that she's but an ordinary girl. Is it a demonic trick? What is she then? If you're not a demon, you must be a changeling.
Yes, yes. You're truly a knower. Well, it is as I said. I've been living in the world of demons for a long, long time. 18 years. I've grown to resemble them. I was still a child and came to wash with my mother. I did something wrong. I can't remember what, but my mother said, "Devil take you." And so, an Abderika took me.
Abderika. An Abderika is a mistress of a banya. She could be the wife of a Bannock and usually behaves the same way as he does, punishing those who visit the banya at the wrong time. It is believed that Abderika used her claws to skin such people. This is the origin of her name, which, if translated literally, means she-skinner. Her appearances can vary. She can appear as a human or as a child. Most often, however, she appears as a woman with long hair, large teeth, and big eyes with claws and horns. She was often depicted as a cat with big eyes or as an inanimate object.
Help me, Vasilisa. You're my only hope.
Where have you been all this time?
We wandered the banyas. I got sent where the stove was hot. Such was my life. Now we live in this old one.
Do you know anything about Aspen demons?
No, I don't. But I can ask the Abderika.
How do we bring you back?
To escape her, I need to get closer to the mortal world. Bring me a good belt and a cross, the kind that's worn on the skin, and find me a name. Then the Abderika will have to marry me to someone. You, young fellow, don't you let me down. Only you can do it.
I will help. I promise you my word.
What kind of cross do you need?
Just any cross won't do. I've been living with evil spirits for too long. I need one that's been worn by a demon.
Well, That's a puzzle. Where can we find a God-fearing chart?
Oh, I don't know. Your friend is a no one.
Stream Elements
You'll think of
said,
something.
"Stay moist, my friends.
Where can
Hydrate."
we find the belt?
I need a special belt as well. It has to be woven by a skilled witch.
We can give you the name right away.
No, that won't do. The name has to be one from Sviatsi and given by a priest.
Zvatsi, a spiritual book containing names of the saints in connection to calendar days. Zvatsi were consulted to name a child.
All right, we'll help you. It's wrong to abandon a Christian soul. Besides, you already have a groom.
Of course we'll help.
Thank you. Bring me a cross worn by a demon, a name, and a belt crafted by a witch. I think I hear the roosters. I need to go. Come back again with the gifts. I'll be waiting until we see you again.
The demon crawls back under the bench and disappears into black flame. You return to old Yegor's house and think about what to do next.
Banix. Oh, the Banya is not such a simple place. First, there's the master of Banya, with whom you can bargain. There are other wonders as well. One time, a soldier came to the village. He thought it was time he started a family, but all his peers had already married, so that there were just widows and young girls left unmarried. The former soldier started to do all sorts of strange things to show off his strength. One time he lifted a house with his bare hands and threw his cap underneath. Another time he cleaved a pile of wood with one strike. So the villagers said to him, "Go and fetch a stone from the Banya, where no one dares to go, and where a light burns at night. We'll know then that you're not afraid of anything, but you must go at midnight." They made a deal. It was frightening to go at midnight, but he went anyway, and there was indeed a light burning.
But she needs a cross that was worn by a demon, a human name, and an enchanted belt. Then she hid under the bench.
What a job you have. Worse than fighting the Turks.
This is our destiny. A changeling, that bride of yours.
What's a changeling?
The Bath spirit must have switched her at birth, I imagine. Now, Vasilisa, can you guess how shall we lift the Aspen Seal?
What demon is necessary for the book to open the Aspen Seal?
Changeling. Banya spirits may switch a child for an Aspen Log if they deem your behavior inappropriate. Or if you curse at a child. Such log chorts look exactly like the switched children, but don't grow up. One can uncover the true nature of such a being by throwing it over your shoulder or across the threshold of a house. I guess with a changeling chort?
That Abdiriha switched the girl with an Aspen Log.
Thus the Aspen. Okay.
A log is a demon itself.
Well done, Vasha. My teachings weren't for naught. The changeling from the ethereal world. These infants don't grow up, as you know. The question is, should we waste our time on the bride's requests if we ourselves can find this changeling?
We can't abandon a Christian soul to evil spirits.
If I were you, I'd think whether I should take a demon for a wife.
Only a devil will marry a soldier like me.
We haven't heard of such a child up until now. This means that the parents keep it secret.
Right. The demon might have gobbled up her parents. Without that demon bride, we won't find it.
You'll help me then?
We will. But what should we start with? Huh? What was it she asked for?
A cross worn by a demon. Is such a thing possible?
Everything is possible, Vasilisa, if you think about it. I heard that an Ikotnitsa appeared in Yenidor recently.
Ikotnik, a man possessed by a demon called an Ikota. Such people have strange abilities and, in some cases, the gift of divination. Yanador, a village north of Cherdin.
Go there and take her cross.
Then I'll start with the cross. What could be more important?
In Yanidor, you'll find Evdokia Fokovna. They say her daughter was possessed by Ikota. So, did you get all that?
Who is that Ikotka?
Come on, don't you remember? This one time, a woman from Pokcha came to us, so that we could whisper some zagovors over her. And then a chort, size of a vershok, escaped from her.
Oh, so that was an Ikotnitsa.
Well, yes, this Ikota chort talked with us for a bit, remember?
Ikota. This ailment, induced by a koldun or a witch, is representative of the Russian north, specifically the Cherdin and Komi Perm region. An evil spirit is enchanted with the word power, bound to a name and cast into the wind. The first person it encounters who bears this name becomes its victim. Sometimes stones or insects are enchanted with the Ikota. In this way, whoever happens to trip over the stone or swallows the insect by accident suffers Ikota. Ikota usually takes the appearance of an animal, frog, lizard, mouse. Occasionally it takes the form of a frog spawn, more rarely an insect, fly, spider, mosquito. It is not, however, always brought on by a koldun. It may pass from a koldun to any man in the event of the former's death. When inside a person, Ikota can speak with all kinds of voices.
I really don't like dealing with the possessed.
Well, nothing can be done about that. So, did you get all that?
Where can we find that woman in Yenidor?
Her house is closer to the edge of the village, the one with carved gates. So, did you get all that?
What not to get? Go to the Ikotnitsa and take her cross. What was that with the stove? As if I'd believe that you forgot how to kindle it, and then you got a bit too scared when the demon girl grabbed you with the fire.
It is as you say, Vaisa. It's not about the stove. I don't know what's wrong with me. There was this one incident. Since then, I'm not myself when I see any fire. I'm scared of it something awful. That's exactly the reason why the lads dared me to go to the Banya. They heard the rumors and wanted to have a bit of fun at my expense. Only I'm not one to give up so easily.
But why? What's wrong with fire?
Oh, it's a long story.
So how did you end up a soldier?
Well, they took me as a recruit. You were just a kid then and don't remember much about it, I gather. Old Yegor just took you in after your parents.
Well, when you went into the service, was it by your own choice?
Aye, by choice. To be honest, some other lad drew the lot, but we have a large family, and I'm a hot-headed guy.
Right, and a fine one.
Ha! Quite right. It was my decision. I made my way to my field regiment, and they sent us to fight the Turks.
Did they give you your cross there?
Aye. That's a different story. I'll tell it later.
Do you plan to marry that girl or not?
Let's help her first, won't we? She must be a strong girl to pull through that sort of thing. Maybe God sent her.
A demon? Sent by God?
Well, she said she was a changeling, didn't she? The girls of my age are all married. Who would marry an old soldier anyway? Only a demon.
About the fire. Would it take very long to tell the story?
Maybe not that long. Anyway, don't be such a bath broom. I'll tell you some other time. Don't you have anything else to do?
Oh, Durak. Your goal is to use up all your cards. The last person left with cards in their hand is the loser, the fool, Durak. The players take turns attacking the player next to them with one or more cards. Attack Nikolai with the 6 of hearts. Nikolai beat your card with his king. Press the end turn button to proceed with the game. At the end of each round, the players take turns drawing new cards until they have 6 in your hand. It starts with the first attacker this round. Nikolai attacked you with his 8 of clubs. To defend from this card and put it in the discard pile, you need to play a card of the same suit, but one higher in rank. So the 9. Okay. Although Nikolai beat your card with 10 of diamonds, you may launch a new attack with a card of the rank that has already been played. For instance, you can now attack with a 10 or another 7. I see. Nikolai gave up and took the cards, for he has nothing to beat them with. This turn is yours. Before letting you play on your own, we have to discuss trump cards. Note the trump card. The trump suit is stronger than other suits and can beat all the other cards, even those with a different suit and even those that are higher in rank. For instance, a trump 10 will even beat a king. Since cards with trump suit are stronger, you should decide whether to use them at your first convenience or save them for a crucial point. The player who has the lowest ranking trump card on his hands goes first. Well, that is very interesting. I'm not sure what effect that has on the overall gameplay, but that is interesting nonetheless, I guess.
Vasilisa, listen.
Okay.
Thank you for your help with the banya.
Don't thank me yet. We still need to free the girl.
It's just that I wouldn't be able to go at all if it weren't for you. Here, I want to give you this. Here, take it.
What's that? A deck of playing cards or something?
Sure is. Been saving them for some time. They are antique, but first class. I'll teach you to play if you wish.
They say the devil himself is not averse to a good game of Durak.
Well, look at that. We managed to win that time. Okie dokie. Still not sure what the effect that has, but cool. We got an item. The deck of cards increases well first effect of black pages. I see. Kind of prefer my health items, if I'm being honest. Okay, what's the other visitor have to say?
Get out of here, you meddling kids, or you'll get it!
Run! He saw us! Wait, maybe they're here on business. Well, speak up.
Oh, Vasilisa! We saw such a scary thing! West of Yenidor, there's a scary spa! Evil spirits live there for sure!
Why do you say that?
See for yourself! They say there used to be a party every day, but now it stands silent as the grave! Saw it for ourselves!
Well, you'll wind up in graves yourselves if you go wandering like that.
Run!
How are we doing on our cards anyways? We're starting to get quite a few, right? And we said we want 10 scrolls and 5 keys of each one, right? Salmonida will be good for poison and stuff. Increases number of orders. Kind of leaning towards more defense for the white cards though. I want to give oil. That sounds good. So what, 3 there. 4, 7. So yeah, we're not really there yet, are we? 1, 3, and 6. Okay. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we've actually got enough white keys. Amen's a little bit of an awkward one. Amen and Father's Name are both awkward ones, though. Ikla is good for healing, but we've already got quite a few healing, so honestly, it'd be nice to have more Kappa, but it's okay. Key Tongue is just a free key, so that one doesn't even count towards the... We can have that be one of the 3 or something. Got the Lock and the Koldun Fiend. Okay. Well, let's set off and see where we are going. There's 2 encyclopedias, apparently. Oh, we can also bring him? But he's locked, I guess. Okay. What was I thinking? I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. So, the main task is over here. Let's go over here. I heard that peddlers set up a small fair. I think some of the traders are working even at this late hour. So what's some sort of, shop or something? Not that we have any money.
At the crossroads of 2 trade routes, you see the annual fair. Despite the late hour, trading is still taking place. Perhaps you might buy something for your journey. A multitude of goods can be found. Prianics, as well as a variety of magic trinkets. There's something for everyone here.
Prianic, a variety of traditional sweet baked goods in Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and some other neighboring countries. Oh, I do love... Oh, is that where it comes in? We can play other people for cards or something?
The players are carried away by a game of Durak.
Okay, so this is where it comes in. We can gamble for the Durak. I see. And we can use the home front as a way to try to get better at Durak. Okay.
Low prices, come and see for yourself. Buy some herbs and other goods I've brought for you from the woods.
Okay, so more than likely the shops change quite a lot, but probably there's a certain pool of items they can have, so... Ubok. This used to be the only way to learn news from around the world. Increases the recharge speed of allies' ability. Antique horseshoe, a right horseshoe for the right foot. Chance 10% the stats inflicted lasts an extra round. Coffin splinter. Hear me, you Koldun Eretnik. Cut your body, drink your blood. God stands between us. Gain 5 spikes on Battlestar. If we get hurt, they get hurt. Salt. They used to put spells on pure salt. Gain 2 keep shield, which means the shield does not vanish. Interesting. Meklushka. It's hard to die with Meklushka. You have to give it to someone. Gain 2 vampirism on battle start and 12 health. Heals 2 when enemy loses health. That sounds pretty nice. Again, not that we have any money, but something we might want to keep an eye out for, because right now we've got an old axe which is giving us 1 health. So just being able to get 12 health would be nice. But I don't see how we could possibly get 150. Yeah, because we're pretty broke. It's just good to keep an eye out on things if I can remember them, you know? But yeah, it seems like some of the more expensive stuff is 100, 150, so that would be a good benchmark for how much money we should try to
What
keep on
kind of
hand.
wisdom do you possess? That which comes from above, or that of snakes and demons?
Oh, we can even reset our skills for 50. We can even buy some Megavars from this guy. Interesting, and I guess this is how we get ones we don't already have, because we can't make ones we haven't seen, I don't think. Parapola, we haven't seen that one at all. That's 3 to all enemies. Okay, interesting. What about the
You're not
herbalist?
what we consider an average girl, are you? In that case, I'll show you some
Okay, so these are ones that we've already seen more or less. Curse on the enemy, still don't know about the poison. Okay, so not really anything I care about. Cool. I will definitely have to keep an eye out on that whenever I actually have money. Right now, let's go to Turchan Road. Runs from Vilgort to Yenidor. I don't know what the reason for the name. Nikolai says it was to honor the Turks. Yeah, these guys aren't back yet. It'll take them another 2 days. That's what I was thinking of a second ago.
You wander off course and walk onto the road more to the west than you had planned. You stumble upon a ragged man with rotten teeth and rotten eyes. You realize that it's a brigand. Traveling by night in Perm Gubernia is dangerous, and not only because of the evil spirits. The silence is broken by his hoarse voice.
Hey, what do we have here? A girl or something? Right. I'll let you go if you give me all your money.
I don't think so. You don't know who you're messing with. You should pray I let you go in one piece.
Well, looks like he got away with 6 gold anyways. Yeah, that was unfortunate getting as many white pages as we got there. Gria. Fierce 2 amplifies its next as attacked by 2 after each use of pages of the same name. Interesting. So if we got a whole bunch of them, it would work really well. It's the only one that really looks like something I want to get, so we'll just do that, I guess. Forests are always dangerous, both day and night. Each forest has its own master. Rarely do these masters welcome unwanted visitors.
Near a small forest creek, you find a grassy meadow. Among other vegetation, you see one beautiful flower. It's blood red and bright even in the moonlight. You come closer and tie its stem with a silver thread. With a swift pull, you now have a new, valuable herb, Adam's Head. You take the herb and get ready to go on your way.
Okay, just a random Adam's Head. Sounds good. House near the Tarakanovka River. I heard about an old house west of Yanador from the local boys. Maybe I can find something worthwhile there.
Fir branches poke into the empty windows of an abandoned hut. You are overcome by an unpleasant feeling. There's a good reason they call this place haunted. You squeeze into a slightly open door and clear away the cobwebs. It is dark and empty here. The dead silence gives you chills. You step inside the house and freeze in horror. Under the broken red corner lies a dead man's body. A broken accordion lies nearby, torn as if by a wild beast. You search the dead man and the izba. The former has a pouch with some rubles inside. You tear away the money pouch and leave the body. It's been lying here for years, so this is the right place for it.
Well, got most of my money back from getting robbed, I guess. I heard a hermit lived in these woods of Bashkir origin. A handy fellow, he decorated doors and stoves and could do a lot of other different things. He died a while ago, but people still remember him. Halimov Forest.
You walk through the forest. Grim trees hang from all sides, and strange noises are coming from the dark of the night. You freeze with fear when you notice two demons near an unearthed grave. They have already opened the coffin and are methodically skinning the dead body. Their work continues, and soon one of the demons puts on the human skin. Now he looks half human, half demon. A flash of light, and the demon shines with a poisonous-looking flame. With this light, the demons immediately notice you watching.
Oh, thank you very much for the late raid, Aranea. Welcome
Spooky
in,
Kitten
friends.
Said, Spider Parade. El Diarrhea. Said, Spider Parade.
Oh, look at that, a whole bunch of cute spiders. Give them all the head pats, yes? Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you guys are having a fantastic existence.
Stream Elements. Said, Look who's decided to come swimming with us. This is their channel. https://www.twitch.tv/@L4Diarrhea. RK Light. Said, Spider Parade.
Hello, hello. We are playing something called Black Book. We are a young apprentice witch, and we're going to try to resurrect our dead lover. And we're encountering all kinds of things in between. I hope you had fun playing whatever you were playing. This seems to be pretty fun so far. This is our first time playing it. I'm still figuring things out. It's certainly interesting though. Oh, there, I didn't notice that guy over there. Okay.
El Diarrhea. Said, What an amazing game. I love it. We're doing Fatal Frame. I highly recommend using the original Russian voice actors with the English subtitles.
Oh, you do? I didn't realize that was an option if I'm being honest, but okay. Interesting. Fatal Frame seems pretty cool. The combat system is definitely a bit complicated, but I'm figuring it out. Slowly but surely.
Stream Elements said, "Stay thirsty, my friends. Hydrate." El Diarrhea said, "I haven't finished Black Book, but I've played it a bit. The combat system definitely has a learning curve."
Yeah, it definitely does. And there also seems to be this whole sin thing right now where we may or may not be trying to go towards the more sinful. I don't know how that'll affect the ending, but I've been told it will, so we'll have to see, I guess. And yeah, I think I might have too many white cards. I keep on drawing them instead of the damage I want to do. What are you doing?
El Diarrhea said, "I have to go take care of me. I leave my hatchlings in your care."
Alright, friend, you take care of yourself. You stay safe. Thank you for the raid. Eternal Suppress 2. Next attack deals more damage. Okay. Okay, that could be good. And then that'll defend against that. Okay, it almost looks like piety does work on that one thing though, so that's good to know. Okay, and I don't really want any more white cards. We already have quite a few. Once and Forever, Firm, 2 Shield could be good. Definitely don't want George the Father, I don't think. I guess I'll go for Once and Forever.
Having dealt with the demons, you look around. A narrow trail stretches from the grave to the forest. You remember hearing about this place. This overgrown trail leads to an old cemetery.
Okay, that being said, it is apparently 1800. So unless somebody wants to redeem for longer or something, it is time for me myself to end. I know you guys just raided, but schedules and all that. And I do have the hungries myself. So More than likely, there is somebody on Twitch we can raid, so I'll more or less pass off the raid a little bit. Maybe I say that and... Oh. I stand corrected. Apparently there is nobody I know on Twitch anymore. Yeah, no raid unless somebody knows somebody? That feels weird. Usually there's a lot of people I know online, but no. Okay, stay safe, friends, and maybe I will see you tomorrow for some more Black Book.